What's the connection between these two horrible stories that are more than 10 years apart? You see, Constance Marten and her fella, Mark Gordon, were put on trial for the death of their newborn baby. A placenta was found in a burnt out car, which is like the opening of a mega Hollywood crime story. And eventually the baby was tracked down. The baby was dead under a pile of rubbish in a shed. The whole world goes crazy and starts looking for these two people. There's a manhunt, nationwide manhunt. And eventually they're found. The jury hear all the stuff that happened. And they've been thinking about it since April with the last 72 hours of very deep deliberation. It got so bad, the judge says, you know what? All 10 of you don't have to agree because you're having problems with that, yeah? If 9 out of 10 of you agree, I'll take that, yeah? They couldn't get 9 out of 10 people to agree, and the judge says, we put you through too much. For the rest of your lives, you never have to do jury duty again. We're going to let you go. This is too much for you. Might be a mistrial. We'll see. What's that got to do with the other story? Well, if you look at the bottom of your not milk cartons, like juice cartons, packaging, stuff like that, chances are used to be Tetra Pak who manufactured them. They've been in decline for a while now, but back in the day, they made everything, really. And they were billionaires. Yeah, that family were just rich. They weren't millionaires. They weren't multi-millionaires. They were billionaires. And they used to use substances, some of them, Ava and her husband. And they were so out of it that one day Ava dies. Yeah. And she's still in the house, on the floor, buried in rubbish. Yeah? The police knock on the door. This billionaire opens his own door because he's let the staff go. Yeah, £50 million house. They say, we're a bit concerned. Do you mind if we come in and do a wellness check? And he's like, yeah, come in. Because he's so out of it. And they find her body. A week she's been in there. Think of what that means. Yeah, under a pile of rubbish. Sad. So what's the connection? Well, obviously we have a body under a pile of rubbish. But there's more than that. You see, Constance Marten comes from a blue blood family. She's not a regular person. Yeah, she's of note. Her family are of note. Noblemen. Yeah. And the death of a newborn baby is something that used to happen when someone who was super poor got pregnant and they couldn't keep the child. Yeah? So people abandoning babies, people killing babies, used to be a crime of the super poor. You know, I can't afford to feed the baby, so I left her outside of a station. I left her outside of a church, left her outside of a hospital, him. But that's not her story, mate. Yeah? She's of note. So you have Constance, who is of note, and a billionaire family who had more money than who knows what. And it led to a tragedy that's typically associated with very, very poor people. You know, someone dying of drugs and being left in the corner, buried in rubbish. That's something that used to happen in crack houses. That wasn't something that happened in 50 million. This was 50 million back in the day. Who knows how much it's worth now? £50 million cribs. That's the connection.